Snowboard Kids 2!
Snowboard Kids was the sleeper hit of the early N64 library. When fans had been relentlessly playing Mario Kart 64 and Diddy Kong Racing for months, Snowboard Kids landed to try to steal the crown from the two battling kart racers. While it didn't take the crown from either game, it did however gain a strong following for its multiplayer and enjoyable single player mode. So what does any developer do when they have a hit game? They begin work on a sequel. Well, in Snowboard Kids' case, they firstly went to the PlayStation 1 to make Snowboard Kids Plus, which was essentially a souped up version of the N64 fan favourite. The problem with any sequel is how do you make the game feel fresh enough to warrant it being a must-buy, whilst at the same time satisfying fans of the original who will be key buyers of the game based on how much they enjoyed the first one. Snowboard Kids 2 gets so many things right, however just like the original it does have its issues. Graphically, the game is a slight improvement over the first game, but still keeping the bright colours and fancy courses which we loved from the first game. This time around, the kids are more like teenagers, and it appears puberty has made Jam a little blacker, Slash a little cooler, and Tommy, well, Tommy is still the same lard ass he was in the first game. A nice addition though is that the characters' costumes change depending on what courses you're racing. There's also the addition of Wendy as a new character who is a stereotypical geek. The developers have been able to go a little bit crazy with the design this time. The courses take place in a host of themes ranging from the standard snowy mountain all the way to underwater and jungles. There's even a level where Wendy shrinks the characters down like in the movie Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. They've also added improved game modes such as Trick Attack, shooting challenges and time trials. There's even a mode where you have to race it to school and get there before it opens. These game modes don't alter the game massively, but they are a welcome addition. Also, adding nothing to the game is the intro videos to each course. They're usually based on the kids playing jokes on one another and then deciding to race. While it adds personality to the characters, there really is no reason for them being in the game. Also in this game you have to beat bosses, which are one-on-one races where you have to blow them up a certain amount of times before you reach the bottom of the course. I enjoyed these levels and they do offer a genuine challenge as they are constantly bombarding you with attacks. It's very satisfying finally nailing them with the last shot to defeat them, and this unlocks the next set of courses. The music is great, although many of the tracks are simply remixes of the original game. This is not a bad thing, but they're not quite as catchy as the original. You can name any track from Snowboard Kids 1 and I could whistle you the tune, but this won't be happening with Snowboard Kids 2. The characters' voices are also noticeably deeper, and in the case of Jam, not only is he now a little darker, he also has a strong Jamaican accent. One of the strong points of Snowboard Kids 1 was the weapons and items. This time around the balance just doesn't seem as tight as the first game. There are items which were rarer to get in the first game and now seem to be more readily available, and when you're in first place you'll still manage to get some of the more powerful items, which is something you never did in the first game. If you like Snowboard Kids 1, then you'll love Snowboard Kids 2. It's more of the same rather than a huge shift in the direction of the franchise, however if you had to pick between the two games, I'd still go for the first one. Everything just seems tighter and more enjoyable all around. Now here comes the plant rant. Snowboard Kids 1 sold very well here in the UK. I can't think of a single N64 owner that didn't have this game at some time. They even released it as a player's choice game due to its popularity in sales. So why the hell is this game only published in Australia in the PAL region? Yeah, that's right, not a single country in Europe has this as a release. Because of this, the Australian PAL game sells for quite a high price and is very coveted by collectors. So which game in the Snowboard Kids series do you prefer? Do you have great memories like I do of playing Snowboard Kid 1's great multiplayer, or do you prefer the structure and improvements of the second game? Let me know in the comments below, and until next time, thanks for watching.